In electronics, we often find ourselves designing amplifiers or designing other circuits that use amplifiers. In these situations, models are very useful. To be a really useful model, the model needs to include all the effects that matter to the designer, and preferably nothing else. This kind of model is the simplest to work with. Using the right approximation is an art the electronic designer should really learn. Before you is a linear circuit voltage amplifier model. On the left is the input port, and on the right is the output port. We don't expect input ports to produce power, so we use the simplest Thevenin circuit with this property, a Thevenin resistance, known as the input resistance, R sub I. The output circuit is another Thevenin model, where the Thevenin source is a voltage-dependent voltage source instead of the usual independent source. This source voltage is the input voltage multiplied by AVO, the open circuit voltage gain of the amplifier. The Thevenin resistance of the output circuit is R sub O, the output resistance. The input and output resistances could be replaced by impedances if capacitive and inductive effects are important to the designer. If the input currents and output currents are more important than voltages, a current amplifier model is more useful. The input part of the circuit is the same as the voltage amplifier model, but the output is more conveniently a Norton circuit. The Norton source is a current-dependent current source, and the Norton resistance is known as the output resistance. The current gain parameter, AISC, is known as the short circuit current gain. Similarly, hybrid models with input voltage and output current and vice versa are known as transconductance and transresistance amplifiers. And right here in front of you, you have a transconductance amplifier. Notice the output quantity is current, and because of that, the output circuit used is a Norton one. Here's a transresistance amplifier, and notice that, as you might expect, the output is voltage, and so the output circuit is a Thevenin one. All of these amplifier models are equivalent. Usually the one with the desired input and output quantities is the easiest one for the designer to work with.